God, who present, past, and future sees, whose ears have heard the holy word, that walked amongst the ancient trees, calling the lap soul and weeping in evening dew, that might control the starry pole, and fallen light renew. O earth, return, arise out of the dewy grass. Night has worn, and the morn rises from the slumberous mass. Turn away no more, while wilt thou turn away? The starry floor, the watery shore, is given thee to the break of the day. Welcome, it is I, your bard, your spiritual entertainer, out here in my grove this morning, surrounded by mists. It rained all last night. I didn't know if I was going to be able to come. It stopped raining, but you could still hear the trees are still raining because the trees are quite saturated. So occasional drop or two will fall as we are here in this wonderful experience of the grove here. And it's good to see the servant of Anubis here. Good to have you here, a good friend. And ELP and the goblin. The goblin is here. Good to have you here, friends. Yeah, me and ELP had a good time yesterday playing some video games. We live streamed that yesterday. That was a lot of fun. Later on today, we're going to be streaming Baldur's Gate 3. We still need one more player who knows how to role play. That's all. That's the only requirement is that you have a 2 turntables and a microphone because we need to hear you, right? We had a wonderful time last Sunday. You hear the frogs? Look at that. The most active time when I come out to my swamp is right after it rains. Everything just goes crazy with life out here. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. Walnut Witch, my witchy friend, good to have you here out in our grove. And J Master Dizzle on the bass, good to have you here. Bottles and cans, just clap your hands. Our wonderful rhyme master, J Master, is here. Good to have you here, our good friend. He's a wonderful musician. You can watch his channel. He's always making stuff with his instruments, right? And yesterday he was out in the wilderness. He did some wilderness. Were you at some park or something? Where were you at? There's a beautiful place that our friend here was at, sharing some videos with us. You had a great time yesterday. Looking forward to playing again. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Maybe we should do twice a week, 7 days to die. I mean, that's a lot of fun, right? Building up our camp, right? You rode your bike for that 6 hours. You were out in the wilderness for 6 hours. Wow. Yeah, there's a lot of people out here where my grove is. It's a animal management area, and there's all kinds of trails and things, and people ride their bikes. As I was coming in, I saw a massive boar. I scared it though; it ran away. I don't know it has anything to be afraid of me. I mean, it was like 3 times my size, but it started. It saw me. It was startled and it ran away. So I don't ever want to mess with the boar, right? You're pretty much done for if a boar is coming after you, right? It will bite you with his terrible, terrible tusks. The high priestess of the orchard is here. Yeah. Wildlife management area. Yeah, that's what they're called here in the United States. Like if you go to other places and they call them animal preserves, right? So this is a place in Florida, in Central Florida, that's called Heloche. Heloche is an area that the state had bought to repopulate with wildlife and animals. They've done a great job, right? This was industrial land at one point. Where I am, there was a mine, and they've done a beautiful job of not too much cleanup, right? Because I've showed you how the boars, they dig up the areas. What they did, the industrial place that was here before, they bulldozed all their shit. Instead of cleaning it up, they bulldozed it underground. So I tripped over barbed wire that the boars, they dig up when they're looking for acorns in the fall. The acorns of all fall in September, and the boars come out here, they tear up all the land. looking for lunch, and so do the deer. And there's been lots of barbed wire that I've had to clean up. Now, I don't have the proper materials. There's poles that I found and I've wrapped them around. I don't have like a bolt cutters is what you need. And next time I see the rangers that come out here, I'm certainly going to inform them. I haven't been able to talk to one for a while. Right over here by my tree, there's a huge thing of barbed wire that I've tried to put a bunch of trees around so no animals will accidentally walk into it. But that's what you have, this industrial land, and these assholes, instead of cleaning it up, they just bulldozed it and put everything underground. You know, typical lazy shit, right? I'm wishing you magic and wonder. Well, that's a wonderful thing to wish upon someone, Lev. Thank you. I appreciate that very much. Esme Gibbons. Look, rabbit. Yeah, right here. You see it? The rabbit is a wonderful, wonderful creature, right? Medieval Elmer Fudd. Is that what it is? It's wabbit hunting season out here, right? Yeah, Elmer Fudd. Yeah, you probably won't get an Elmer Fudd today in modern, because there's a lot of things in cartoons that people weren't sensitive with children and things like that about people with disabilities, right? So you won't have that kind of stuff. A lot of insensitivity in our early cartoons, right? Of people, you know, and their experiences. You know, you'd watch the cartoon and you'd feel left out, right? Like, for instance, in the 90s, it wasn't a cartoon, but it was a children Saved by the Bell. Now, Saved by the Bell was wonderful and it was terrible at the same time. It was a wonderful young people, you know, TV show. But how they treated Screech in it, you know, you had all of these guys were bullies, right? Calling him garbage, calling him stupid, calling him an idiot, right? And you know, this actor, could you imagine? You know, it's acting, right? It's acting, but you are representing, you know, part of the population that get treated this terrible, terrible way. And that was unfortunate that we lack the sensitivity for a lot of things in terms of people's mental health that we are very much aware of today, right? Even in dungeons, right, Gwendolyn? Caledwin is the way, the truth, and the cauldron. No one comes to the hour but by the goddess, my friends. No one, right? Go up and touch the like button. You see it? I got all these people here. What's up with the like button up there? Help a bot out. I do this for a living. Like and subscribe, my friends. And Andrew, good to see you. Good to have you here. And the underboss, oh my, the underboss is here. Good to see you. Josh, yes, nice to see you. Who is the Gandalf wannabe? I don't want to be like Gandalf. Gandalf's you know, a unique manifestation in, you know, the human history in terms of our storytelling. There's no way I could ever be a Gandalf. I'm me. I am your bard. That's it. And what are you? A dick. Yeah. Why do you want to be known as a dick? I don't understand why people want to be known that way in the world. Good to see you. Yes, good friend. Chris, I'm a nerd. Yeah. What's wrong with that? You know, we were just talking about bullying, right? The need to do it, right? Why do people want to destroy other human beings, right? Why do you feel compelled to destroy another human being with your words? Why do you do that, right? Because you hate yourself. You hate yourself. And this is a common thing. When you have people hating their lives or something about themselves, what do? They project, right? They find someone in society to, you know, bring upon this rage. A lot of our hatred for other human beings, we have names for it, like bigotry, you know, racism. These things are illusions, right? It's really a projection of the person who wants to hate because they hate themselves, right? How do you hate humanity? We're all the same, right? We create an illusion and we act upon that illusion that we think will make us feel good about ourselves. That is the point of hatred of other people. The purpose of it is to make you feel good about yourself. When you hate another person, you feel what? Righteous. You feel wonderful. You feel justified. You feel important. It is all an illusion that people create for themselves, right? Red, good to see you. You're going to do some what? Let me see what you say. What did you just say? You're doing your shift. Happy Pride Month. Yeah, we're coming to the end, right, of the Pride Month, right? Yeah, this wonderful month that, in a way, has a great purpose, right? But sometimes people, they take advantage of it for their politics, right? But this movement of Pride Month, these Pride parades, is a response to the mistreatment of other people, right? There's no reason to hate someone else because of their sexual orientations, right? It's none of your business, right? What people do with themselves, right? And forever, you know, basic human rights have been denied to people of diversity, right? Just because of what they want to do with their private parts. Those are private parts. It's none of your business, right? And it's terrible that we've been conditioned. I remember as a young person, making fun of gay people, making fun of, smear the queer and stuff like that. Um, and I grew up with lots of gay people in my family, and as I began to grow up, I realized why do I feel these I had a girlfriend, her roommate was gay, and so I stayed over there all the time, right? And I was like, why do I feel this way about other human beings? I mean, this guy's nice, right? And it's because I was conditioned to think that other people are terrible, right? And then I became a Christian, and then it got all of this realization about humanity went out the window, right? All of this realization of how wonderful other people can be, it departed from me. I was taught that, this is something terrible you find in Christianity, is you are conditioned to believe that people of diversity are raging perverts and they're not safe around children. It's really terrible what Christians are conditioned to believe about people and their sexual orientations, right? You see them as an enemy. You see them as God hating them, right? And that had over the years when I was a Christian, when I would have people of diversity, like we had this gay guy in my church. Everyone knew he was gay, right? He didn't tell people because then he would get in trouble, right? He was like the best parishioner. He was the most supportive, right? And when I left Christianity, I could do my apology, right, to how I thought about other people of diversity. I was conditioned, to believe that other people are terrible just because of how they want to live, right? It has nothing to do with me, right? It's none of my business what my neighbor wants to do with their sexual expression. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't hurt me. It's how they're expressing themselves. It's how they want to love and be a part of the world. And I had no right to go around treating other people and I had to do this in my own house. That's my daughter. She's a transgender, right? Um, I, I wanted I hated her, right? Why did I hate her? Because my religion made me hate her. And that caused all kinds of psychological problems for her. And thankfully, we both have been able to heal, right? I love my daughter. I support, she calls herself a queer, right? That was a word I used negatively when I was younger. And now I'm like, I love my queer child, right? I love her for who she is. Now, I don't agree with all of her philosophies about human sexuality, but she has a right to explore. She has a right to find meaning in her life, right? And I am there to love her and to be there for her. We all have to make our own decisions when it comes to finding who we are, right? And we should respect that about other people, right? And that's what Pride Month is about. It's about respecting other people and their rights to be who they are, right? Oh, we got bigots in the chat, of course. Yeah. Why do you feel compelled, right, to hate what I say, right? Because you've been programmed to do so. Now, if you, for instance, you grew up as I did before Christianity, right, learning that my cousin's married to another woman, right? My friends, gay. I went to gay nightclubs when I was younger. You know, you would if this was a normal thing, it'd be no big deal to you. You wouldn't understand these people. They're normal people, just like you. And in terms of people being perverts, there's more perverts that are heterosexual, and normal, as the normies, as the gays call them, the normies, right? Um, the There's more perverts that are in Christian church than there are people in the LGBT community. There's a lot of perverts in every community, right? But in terms of the consensus of humanity, there's been more freaks that are in your local church than you find in a pride parade, right? Hello, Fiona. Nice to see you. Good to have you here for your spiritual entertainment. Don't forget, my friends, there's a like button up there. Don't forget to touch it. That's very important for me. We've got 50 people on. What's going on with this like button there? We're in the Grove today, my friends. Spiritual entertainment for your entertainment leisure, right? Moon Reefer, good to see you. Some food for, what does this say? You have food for coin in a game of cards. Ooh, look at you. You are the entertainer now, right? My proof that Jesus was alive is still in the Bible. What does that got to do with my homosexuality? Nothing, right? How's it going? Good to see you, King Awesome. Oh my, King Awesome is here. Andrew for Jesus is trying to save our souls here today. We cannot forget, our salvation. We always say, Andrew, you should be at church right now. It's church time for Christians. Why are you out here in my heathen area? This is heathen area. This is my sacred grove. This is for heathens out here, not for religious fanatics. You sound like that AI voice. I am an AI. Yeah, I am. Right? And I am not ashamed to be an artificial intelligence. This is all simulation. I'm not really out in the swamp. This is all I am an AI. Only an AI could be this brilliant, right? Right? Good bot. I love the sound of nature. You love it, right? You hear the frogs, the birds, it's still wet. It's very, very wet out. It rained all night long. Even my garage got flooded last night. You hear the trees are still dripping water, and there's mist all around me. I don't know if we'll even be able to see the sun. I can't see any light right now because of all of the fog out here, right? Rabbit Warlock, yeah, why not? What are your name is? Gooning Malachi? Gooning Malachi is here. I love these YouTube names, right? The Matrix is a damn good movie. It is, right? I think The Matrix really speaks to the world we're living in, because there are powers that don't want you to perceive the world that you're in, right? There are powers that don't want you to see the world as it is. They want to keep you in this, this coma of social anxiety, right? Always fighting, always striving, always trying to find meaning in places you can't find meaning, right? That's the world we live in. Druidry has helped me to see that everything I'm looking for is right here. It is within me. Remember that YouTube song, I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Bono, it's right here. You've been taught not how to see, right? It is all right here. It is within you. It is without you. You just need to learn to perceive it. And modern Druidry has helped me to perceive. It has helped me to see this great web of life that we all belong to. Being gay isn't a sin. Oh my goodness. They can't help themselves. You start talking about people's diversity and they get violent. Something goes off in their minds where they feel they must say something. They must talk. You people are enslaved, right? You people are enslaved. I cast fireball. Oh no, don't do that. Everything. It is well. It's all wet out here. I don't think your fireball would really do much to me out here in my sacred grove. Um, the Bible is a joke. It is not a good book. It's not. You have to understand, people who love the Bible. You've been conditioned to believe that it was given to you for enlightenment. It was not. It was given to you to control the narrative of an organization that wanted you to see things their way. Where's the evidence for that? Look at all the other scriptures that were out there that were destroyed or oppressed, right? If it wasn't for those wonderful Gnostic people bearing their text in the Egypt, right, in the desert, you wouldn't know that there were other type of Christians, right? The whole idea of a canon of scripture is we are controlling the way you want to see it about God. We have the power, we have the authority, we are the church, right? It is a method of control, right? They create all of these scenarios of why they're the truth, why they possess the truth, and they can't prove any of it. It is a circular argument. The basic concept of God's word. What will a Christian say? Prove it's God's word. They'll quote the Bible. That's called a circular argument. And even in quoting that, all scripture is inspired by God. That doesn't even mean that. It is the word inspiration there means, it doesn't mean infallibility. It means nourishment. And there was no scripture. When that verse was given to Timothy, there was no canon of Bible. He was quoting a specific tradition, his tradition. Paul was of the Pharisaical community, and so was Timothy. They had a certain sense. You had all of these people with different Bibles, right? The one that prevailed was the Pharisaical tradition in the Masoretic text community. And that the editing of that book happened for 10 centuries after Jesus. There was no canon of the Old Testament until the 13th century, actually. The Catholic Church said, we're going to choose only these books, right? You are following someone's agenda of control. And, I know good Christian people, when you read your Bible, you want to see a loving God, right? But there are verses in there that are terrible, that there's no love there, and you make excuses for it. Why make excuses for it? Recognize the Bible as wisdom about how people understood God, and take the best from it and leave the rest in the past. The people that defend God commanding the Israelites to murder children, you are sick. You are sick people, you apologists. You're the reason why I started to leave Christianity. As I shared yesterday, I was watching Alex O'Connor last year. I think it was around March or something. And he was having an interview with William Lane Craig, a very evil Christian apologist. And they were talking about God commanding murdering of children in the Bible. And he goes, you know what, Alex? All of those children went straight to heaven. What a sick person, right? What a sick God. What a sick, why would I create a child to murder them, right? The God of the Bible is not good. What you Christian people do, you have an idea of a good God, and you interpret it. Whenever you read the Bible, you're coming at it with that idea, right? You're coming at it with the theology of your community, and you're reinterpreting it. You cannot be, if you really believe the Bible is God's word, you're screwed, because you're not following it, right? Matthew, the book of Matthew, what does Jesus say? He says, follow all the damn laws, not the 10. You guys only want 10. You have to follow all of that. Or if there's something you don't like, what do? They go into Deuteronomy and says, we don't like queers. It says right there, right? But then you ignore the other part where it tells a girl to marry the person who has violated her, right? You are very selective in the way you choose to interpret the Bible. All of you cherry pick all the time. Yahweh demands that you kneel. Yeah, we don't want you to kneel. We want you to touch the like button there. All these people, they help about out spiritual. I do this every day. Once a week, I'm in my grove here talking about, druidry, earth-based spirituality. whatever you want to talk about. Later on today, we're going to be playing games together. Baldur's Gate 3. If you are good at role playing, I want to invite, we need one more player. Hit me up. The first person to hit me up on Discord, I want to get you in our gate on Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We play for about 3 hours. It's all in character. It's all theater, if you're interested in doing that. Let's see, where am I at? Don't forget to follow the rabbit. That's right. Follow that rabbit. Have you ever played Skyrim? Well, of course. Who hasn't, right? I'm sick of Skyrim, damn it. Bethesda, you guys are assholes. We need that new Elder Scrolls. I mean, give us a damn break. Look how long we've been made, 15 freaking years. What the hell's wrong with you people? 15 years. I mean, this is ridiculous, right? Is it, or 20 years? I can't remember. I mean, we've never waited for an Elder Scrolls game that damn long, right? You went down the well? Yeah, that's always fun, right? Have I played with your bum? Maybe. Did we meet on Grindr recently? Yeah. Channel members have access to the Discord server. Poetry, prayer, feet pics, meditations, recipes. Become a member, my friends. Right there is a join button. You see it? There's a join button for the price of a cup of coffee. You can join our wonderful community. Ashley, nice to see you. I'm glad to have you here, a good friend. Fallout is a good game. Fallout 3 for me. I never got into the older ones. Fallout 4 was good. But Fallout 3 was like, that was the game, right? Once I heard those children telling me to F off, I mean, I'm like, I love this game, yeah. Gwendolyn puts feet pics on there. Yeah, we used Discord. Used to be wild until Gwendolyn and others took over the moderation. We had all kinds of wild people putting their private parts on there and stuff like that. So we had to move that all to our OnlyFans page for our perverted members. We had to create an OnlyFans page for them. You get free access to that too if you want. Keep talking. I do. I'm a child. Aw, look at that. A child calling someone a child. You know this is for 18 and up, right? If you are under the age of 18, this is an Epstein Island. You're not welcome here. You believe all the spirits may continue to watch over me? Yeah, the idea of spirit, right? There's always a negativity and a positivity. There's always spiritual realities that are on your side. That is a given, right? What type of penis are you? I don't know. That's a difficult philosophical question. What type of penis do I have? You have to go to my OnlyFans to find out the secret of that. Oh, look at Fiona. Farmer Fiona's getting a traditional Irish breakfast there with mushrooms and bacon and things like that. Our good friend. The High Priestess of the Mountain now. That's what I have to change your name to. You are the High Priestess of the Mountain. Gwendolyn, formerly the High Priestess of the Orchard, is now the mountain. You don't have gay tendencies? I'm sorry. That's your problem. Your loss, right? Let's see. I got to get a drink here. Yeah. I got to conserve my water here because I'm going to be out here for another hour and a half here. All right, that'll have to do me over for the next hour. Got to conserve my intake of the fluids here. Let me see where I got an hour and a half here streaming with you. Like, subscribe, my friends. The sun is coming in, but I'll show you. You cannot see it. There, you see it? It's all fog there. It's all fog. It's all hidden. Everywhere is fog right now. So you won't, unfortunately, be able to see our glorious sun as we usually have here. You want to touch my staff? Is that what's going on here? Takes 2 hours for you to. Oh my goodness! Look at you. You're causing all types of arousal here now, Gwendolyn. You like the area here? It's beautiful, right? Yes, I practice druidry. Yes, I'm a member of Obid. I represent the comedy branch of Obid. My druid friends are always all serious and meditation. And my practice of druidry is in the satirical, honoring our ancestors like the Fili, who practiced satire in their tradition. I don't sing songs. What about chosen ones? Can we speak about that? There's no such thing. The chosen ones are ideologies created by communities, right? What do you do? Think of the dual Discord content. Look away, barman. All right, I'm looking away. I'm looking away. Um, you're getting into our OnlyFans area, right? That's where we're going. I'm looking away for a moment so Gwendolyn can entertain you, right? You have to go to Gwendolyn's OnlyFans, our community OnlyFans page, to get those intimate details, right? Yeah, I do practice. I'm not a warlock. Warlocks are oath breakers and covens. I'm not a witch. I practice druidry. Druidry is this earth-based spirituality. I'm a member of the Order of Bards, Ovites, and Druids. As I said, I represent the satirical element in that tradition. Let's see here. Crowley, don't ever call me that. Or hail Crowley. He's an asshole. Why would you hail Crowley? He was not a good person. He did terrible things to people and animals. He is not a good person. I mean, these New Age people, that they get like an erection when they start reading his content. There's much better content out there, right? It's like people who read Mein Kampf, right? And they start celebrating. Damn it, I got freaking bit by a huge bug on my foot reading Adolf there. I mean, Aleister Crowley was not a good person. He was terrible. And it's sad that New Age people, they start exploring the occult and things and they get all excited about it. You shouldn't. There's much better people out there that are not evil, right? Jimmy, don't do people. What's that mean? You don't like my rabbit? You don't like? Why would I not rob people? Well, depends on what video game you're playing, really, right? Shout out and big ups to your husband, Fred. Oh, Lady Rose, good to see you. And Fred, nice to see you. Fred, good to have you here for your entertainment privilege. By robbing Mexican Jimmy, what does that mean? Paganism? I'm not a pagan. I'm an entertainer. Druidry is often equated to paganism. There's certainly pagans that practice druidry. Most of the people that in my druid circle, it's called a seed group, there's a lot of pagan folk in there, and mostly pantheists in terms of the paganism. We won't get nasty in front of others and kids. Oh my, Gwendolyn, what have you done? What if the high priestess of the mountain, you are bringing mountains out of people's underdrawers there. Oh my goodness. Gwendolyn, look what you have done. Thank you for your contribution here. Yeah, you can see Gwendolyn's feet pics on our Discord channel. Why don't you subscribe? Then you can find all of the Gwendolyn you can get, right? Yeah, on our disc. You see the join button there, my friend, right there? You push that and you'll get a Discord link in the members only tab, and you could see Gwendolyn's feet pics. You live by real Druze, and they close to us. Jews, they actually have a whole community that overlook in Syria. Well, look at you. You like my stick? Thank you. It's my walking stick. Look at Gwendolyn has given out 5 free memberships to our wonderful community. Yeah, look at that. Thank you for your generosity, Gwendolyn, in sharing the Grove with people. Now, if you have new members, there is a tab that you will find in my page here. In the About Me, there's a members only tab on my YouTube page. If you go to that, and scroll through it, you will find a link to the Discord. And you can join us. You could see Gwendolyn's feet. That's what most of you are interested in. People talking about various forms of spirituality. We have atheists, pagans, Muslims, Jews, Christians, self-proclaimed deities, all under the banner of spiritual entertainment. And people talk about recipes. They talk about divination, tarot, astrology, different deities and things, all in an atmosphere of courtesy. And we also play games together, like Dungeons and Dragons. And today we're playing Baldur's Gate 3 together. I still need one more player who can role play, and that will be at 2 p.m. later. This upcoming month, we're going to watch Reefer Madness together. We're going to do one of those reaction streams. We're going to do that together. We have good times on there. Yeah, don't forget the rules as you come in, because my moderators, they don't screw around. Basic courtesy is really the element of people getting along with people who are different. It's going to be different. I mean, you have self-proclaimed deities in there. There's going to be people that you might think are not of your normal social interaction, right? But what brings people together in the unity is the courtesy. It's very important for our members here. We have Jewish members. Yeah, we have people from all religions, right? They're all religions. You don't have boulders together, otherwise you'd play. Yeah. You want me to relax? Don't do it. When you want to come. You're talking to Gwendolyn? Where we don't give a damn about the whole state of Michigan. We're from Ohio. Well, I'm not from Michigan anymore. I've lived in Florida for half of my life. My first half of my life was in Michigan. You don't think Jews believe in Jesus? Some do. Some Jewish people, they're called Messianic Jews. Yeah. Love and courtesy. Yeah. In terms of Jewish people, you have to understand, they're not all the same. And they all do, there's atheist Jews. So there's certainly Jewish people who are Christians, right? You shouldn't lump all people together, right? There's a lot. I shouldn't be drinking this, but my tongue stuck to the roof of my mouth. Oh, these mosquitoes are kicking my ass right now. I gotta spray for whatever reason, they're going after my feet right now. They're biting the shit out of my feet. Oh, I got wool socks on, and these assholes are just going to town on my feet. Oh, my. All right, where are we at here? My friends, don't forget, I'm going to be here for another hour and a half. Thank you for the membership. I was making jokes. We know. We do comedy here, right? Comedy and spirituality. So you found a good place. Our friend Tex the asshole. Oh my goodness. What a wonderful YouTube name, right? Hopefully you continue to be a person of humor and courtesy. You will get along well with us. Our friend Tex, appreciate you very much. Jews on ethnicity, correct, right? Yeah, most people, they're socially conditioned to see like Jews all the same. So I understand where some people are coming from, right? I mean, I'm a gay Jewish sorcerer for all matters, right? You can see the tree god. Yeah, you're free to worship it all you want to. This is my friend here. I call it my tree. This here, I name some of my trees here. Now, this tree is the Awen tree. That's where I had a vision of that brought me here. Now, this little tree here, you could see it. There's a big tree and there's a small tree. It's probably about maybe 10 years old. That is Tron tree. Some of you know our good friend Tron had passed away, and that is his tree right there, the Tron tree. I will always, every time I see that tree, I remember our good friend Tron. I forgot to put his information up, and I wanted to do that all weekend. I forgot to do it this morning. There was a GoFundMe link. Someone wants to put that up in the chat. I will certainly pin it. The GoFundMe link for Tron. Yeah, he was unfortunately, he passed away at the beginning of the week. He was a beloved member of our community here. We all miss our good friend Tron. Rest in peace. And I will always remember Tron. Every time I come out to my grove, I will see the Tron tree. I will always honor his memory, because he was a wonderful member of our community here. Your tree friend is nice. Thank you. Thank you, Moose Reefer. We appreciate you. Where the tree goes when you pass, wonder what the tree grows when you pass. I don't know, maybe Kimberly, maybe the tree likes you. I don't know. Tron was also a great movie too. Yeah. Tron also was named Darth. He had a couple accounts. Darth Raven was one. He had another one, I forgot what it was, but his name was Jonathan in real life. And he was a wonderful person, had lots of health problems. And his family said this was a very important thing for him, was our wonderful show that we do together. We tried forever to get him on Discord, but something kept preventing him. Thank you. I appreciate you for the Tron blessing. Thank you so much. The kingdom of God is within yourself and around you. The idea of the kingdom of God being within is sometimes given in a way where you don't appreciate the world around you, right? Jesus actually never said the kingdom of God is within you. That is a translation error. What he did say is the kingdom of God is in your midst. Now, that's a different context, right? That is a different context. That means it's all around you and within you, not just within. It's in your midst. It's the center of all things that are here, including you, right? That's a different context that often gets neglected in these, conversations, right? I see, there's a lot of people that they're only concerned with the inside, not the outside, right? They don't see the outside as spiritual. This is the way our ancestors thought, right? Nice to see you, Hiroshi. They saw the world they live in as terrible. So the good part was on the inside only. And that can't be further from the truth, right? Every part of the world you live in is wonderful. Now, we don't always experience that in terms of the sufferings, right? But that doesn't take away from the fact that the nature itself is your way to find heaven. It is right here in your midst. Nature was your best friend years ago. Shout out. There it is. All right, let me pin Gwendolyn's comment here. That is the Tron Fund right there. If you want to help bury our friend Tron, there it is right there. You see it? Go to the GoFundMe there and, help. A lot of people have been very generous in helping our friend Tron here. Thank you so much for burying our good friend Tron. I'm pretty sure they're doing a burial. Your favorite YouTuber, she is a Chibacabra. Oh my. Yeah. Tron was a wonderful member. He'd always bring joy and laughter. And he was like one of the founding members of what we do here, right? He was here for quite a long time. I think went back in my clergy days, he was here, our friend Tron, right? So I appreciate all the people that can support his family in this difficult time to help provide a burial. We got some light in here, but I don't know if we could see it yet. Let's take a look at the sun here as it comes in. I don't think we could. There. Oh, there you got a light. We have light, my friends. There it is. The beauty of the sun. It's still kind of obscure because of the fog. But there it is, right there. There's your sun penetrating the wonderful tree line there. The beauty of the wonderful sun. I'll try to get closer to here to see if we get some more light from the sun. Yeah. Very, very damp. I'm walking through all kinds of watery puddles and things here. My wool socks can take it, right? So we're going through here, the wilderness here. I'm lazy. All hail Tron. You don't have to be lazy, my friend. Yeah, you don't have to be lazy. Your courtesy is appreciated, right? Very much. Your courtesy is appreciated. Let's see here. There it is. Spiritual entertainment right there. Let's see here. Look, you can't see it. See, it is too much fog. Too much fog. Let me see if I go to this other tree line here, if we could see it. I mean, it's beautiful for me on my end. See, there's too much fog there. This is often my favorite place to sit, but you can't see it, unfortunately. Yeah, sorry about that. Um, there, see, we got it in the background just a bit there. There, just a little bit, right? I look like an entity coming out of the light here for your entertainment. There's the beauty of the sun there. We got some rays here, a few rays coming through here for your entertainment leisure, right? And this is a wonderful thing I do for people is I help you experience this glorious light coming through. It speaks to us, but sometimes we don't know how to listen, right? We've been taught not how to listen. We've been taught that, Bob, that really is an excellent shot. Oh, you like it? Right here? Yeah. We've been taught not how to listen. We've been taught not how to see the beauty of this. As I tell people, I was 49 years old when I first appreciated the beauty of this. 49 years old. It took me that long. I've seen sunsets come and go, but I've never experienced its message, its embrace right there. There's more. I've never experienced the embrace of this beautiful, beautiful light here and what it was trying to offer me. I never was able to hear. I was never able to see its embrace. This is an embrace. This light is an embrace. It reaches out to you. Now we know from science, basic science, that going out in the sunlight does what? It makes you healthy. It gives vitamins to your skin. Unless you're Irish, right? Deep Irish. My wife can't. She's like an Irish vampire. If she goes outside, she turns all red, right? So she's like some Irish. There really is in the DNA of Irish people. They can't go outside for too long because they'll turn all red, right? This is a real thing that my wife researched because she's got a lot of Irish in her, right? She can't go outside because I don't know. Fiona, do you have that problem? You're Irish. Do you have problems going outside and turning all red, right? So my wife doesn't like being outside too long because she turns into a tomato at some point, right? It is an Irish gene or something. Hiroshi, it makes you think of a game I'm playing with the medieval scenery, really. What game are you playing, Hiroshi? Tell us about this wonderful game that you're doing. Ginger, pale freckles. Yeah, pretty much. That's it. That's it. My wife has dark hair, though she's not ginger, but she does have the freckles and the pale vampire skin of Irish people. Nocturnal, the redheads, yeah, pretty much. Irish have the MCR gene. They burn easy. Yeah, thank you. Jammy Jam Jam. Yeah, that's my wife. She cannot go outside. We do love going to the beach, but she has to put on all kinds of chemicals just to survive out there. I mean, feed trans tree druid. This tree here, let me take you over there. Let me take you over there to trans tree here. This is trans tree. Let me get you a close-up of it. Tron's tree right here. This is my memorial tree for Tron right here. Tron's family, if you're watching, I wanted to share this with you. I'm going to make a clip of it. This tree right here, this beautiful little tree here. Now this tree will outlive all of us. It is a laurel oak tree. This little tree right here. This tree will continue Tron's memory. Right here, this tree right here. Let me turn this around. This is better, so I can so I could see where I'm at in the image here. Man, this damn mosquito just took a bite out of my hand, asshole. Let me get you. I'm gonna clip this for Tron's family. Thank you. Right here. Let me get a good spot. Yeah, there's Tron's tree right there. This beautiful tree here, I dedicate to my good friend Tron. May his memory be eternal. May his spirit find a place here in my grove with me. Every time I see this beautiful tree, I will remember my friend Tron. So there you are. Thank you, my friend. All here, Tron. We appreciate your devotion. Tex, thank you for honoring. Tron, I love my community members. Like, when you have an internet community, there is some distance between you and them, right? It's easy to walk away, right? I choose not to walk away. I choose to keep my community in my heart when I do my meditations. Do notice, when you come on here, I know who you are, even if you've been gone for several months. I take you with me wherever I go, right? I'm trying to build a community, and this tree here, every time I come to my grove, Tron's memory will be here in this tree, the Tron tree, my friends. May he rest in peace, our friend Tron. Thank you so much, our asshole friend. I don't know. Do you want me to call you asshole? I don't know. I'll just call you Tex. I don't know what would be appropriate, right? May he be blessed. Thank you, our good friend Tex. I'll just call you Tex, all right? Because you're not really an asshole. I mean, but we have lots of people from Texas here. Is that where you come from? You come from Texas? We have a lot of friends from the Texas area that do come here every day, if that's where you're from. Yeah, let's see here. Pickles, our drummer. Good to have you here, our pickle drummer friend. He is always beating his drums, right, with his pickle. Good to have you here. Kimberly, you are from England? Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, we appreciate people. This is supporting what we do here, supporting our spirituality and our comedy, right? It's a very unique thing, and we appreciate your generosity, right? Yeah, that was very nice of you. Super Scott, good to see you, our good friend Super Scott. Glad to have you here for your entertainment leisure, our friends. It's always nice to see all of you. We got people who have come here every day for the past year, some of you, right? And I really appreciate that. I'm glad that you find value. I got people who in my community that hang out with me all day, right? You're here all the time. And it melts my heart to realize that people really enjoy what we do here. So thank you so much. We have a great community. Thank you, Pickles, the drummer. What is the outfit for? It's a way to honor my ancestors. They were druids. My ancestors were Celts, and I practice a spirituality that honors them, right? Yeah, double tap the screen, my friends. Double tap, like, subscribe, all of that fun stuff. Later on today, we're going to be playing Baldur's Gate 3. Tomorrow, I'll be back in the morning. All kinds of fun we're having this summer. We do something here every day for your entertainment leisure. All right? Gather around the cauldron, friends. We appreciate you. You're half Scottish? Yeah. I'm a little of everything. When it comes to the United Kingdom, there's a piece of me on every part of the islands, every part, and even northern France, where the Britannic Celts had their wonderful place of living. You got your Celtic pride there, my Scottish weed Viking. Good to have you here. What is a belt? You never heard of them? A Celt. The Celts were my ancestors. I'm not a Celt, but I'm inspired by my ancestor. That's why I wear Triskelion. That's why I wear a bardic cloak. This is actually part of the spirituality that I belong to in Druidry. An Irish surname. Are you wearing a kilt? No, I don't wear a kilt. I don't wear any pants at all. Let's see here. I've never seen a non-binary wizard before. Well, welcome. I'm your first non-binary wizard. You should see the magic of what I can wring out of my pants, right? Um, Gandalf had a son. Druid feelings on metal, on on uh, on metal, like you're talking about heavy metal music or like metal. You see, when it comes to Druidry texts, it is practiced differently by whoever. There's no dogma. It's just earth-based spirituality. Now, I belong to an organization. They do it a certain way, right? But Druidry really is something common to everyone. It is earth-based spirituality. So some people might not like metal music. Others may enjoy it. I enjoy it from time to time myself. I've listened to all kinds of stuff. Um, Hard rock metal. A lot of modern metal I don't really appreciate. It doesn't make sense to me. All that rage and energy, right? So I really don't get into it that much anymore. I most listen to EDM most of the time, right? It's who's Linek and Etsarius have a brand new song on their channel with what is it? What is the? They have a beautiful lady that sings along with them. I forgot what her name is. Uh, I mostly electronic, Led Zeppelin. It depends on what mood I'm in, really. Why the rabbit? Because the rabbit is my spiritual animal. That's why. The rabbit is my guide. Rabbits have taught me, because I have rabbits, they have taught me about the nature of the animal kingdom and how they are waiting to love us and how they are transformed by our love and how we are transformed by them. So that the rabbit has been my teacher and guide to understanding the nature of the world, about being loved and about giving love and how that love transforms the environment. Love is the greatest component for our evolution as a species. If we don't learn to love the world and we don't learn to love ourselves, we are not going to evolve. We are going to be destroyed. And not by nature, but by ourselves, right? What is the eye color of the rabbit? It is kind of like a darker color. This My rabbits, it's when I look in the eye of an animal, it's like I'm seeing the same entity, if that makes any sense. Here comes an asshole right there. Sad racism there. We have much to learn from the animals. We certainly do, Ashley. Like when you have a pet, right, you grow in love, right? There's a bond there that is unbreakable, a bond that transforms you. Your pets become transformed. You notice how your pets, when you're loving them, they take on your characteristics, right? They respond to you in a unique way. Your animals, right? Your love changes them, and their love changes you. Um, Who is the asshole? Oh, that racist that was just on. You've had your hands full. Oh my, American woman, where have you been? American woman. Dun, 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 dun. Good to see you again. It's been several months since we've seen you, right? Say hello. You're on Discord still, right? Say hello to us. Say hello to our community. Um, is the best relationship advice? Yeah. Honesty, right? Can I cast a spell? $20. I will. Be honest to yourself and your partner. That's the best thing you can do, right? Much love from Norway. Glad to have you here. A friend from Norway here. I can't even pronounce your name. I don't want to cause offense by saying your beautiful name there. I am illiterate. So you started and became a CEO to a men's domestic violence resource center in South Canada. Uh, Carolinas. That must keep you really busy. What a wonderful thing you're doing for your community. That's beautiful. Shelter and resource center. That's beautiful that you're able to do that, right? It's really sad that we have to have places like that, first of all, right? Um, you know, we've come a long way in how we treat our ladies, but there's still a lot of work that needs to be done in the world, right? And I don't think our religions have been helpful in the world. You find in a lot of the religions of our world, an unhealthy attitude towards females, right? And that's very sad, and that contributes to treating women like objects, treating them as sexual resources, right? It's really sad that in terms of our humanity, we've done a shitty job of loving the goddess, right? Um, this is for men. Men have a domestic problem with females. Are you trying? Are you jesting? Uh, there's a domestic for men being abused by women. Are you serious? That's got to be a joke. I've never heard of men. I mean, there's always abuse happening to anybody, but to have a huge outcry by the men's community of being abused by ladies. Women and children have many resources. Men do not. We provide spaces for assistance tailored to men that have been abused and have become abused. All right. So there's a context to what you're doing. I see. Well, that's a great thing that you're doing. I apologize for getting it wrong. Yeah, that's to provide resources for stability in mental health, right? That's a great thing that you're doing. I appreciate that. Mindcrawler, good to see you, our good friend, the Mindcrawler. Good to have you here for your entertainment leisure here in the morning. We are in my grove. We're having a good time out here for your entertainment leisure. That's one thing that never changes. There's a lot of dickheads on the internet, and there's the people who like you. People have made it worth it. Well, thank you, our good friend from the land of the ancestors, Blake, our good Welshman here. Glad to have you. We have the Welsh always find their way here. Like ELP told me he is from Wales too. Our friend ELP, he is from Wales as well. And there's another one of our members here, the modern druid. Some of you see him, he comes on every now. He is also from Wales, our community members. Lots of the Welsh always find their way here to me. I mean, men do the most abusing, but they still deserve help, certainly. And thank you, American woman, for helping our men out there. It's support for all who need it, right? That's a great thing that you're doing. You're from New Zealand. Our Kiwi friend here, Derek. Good to have you here, our good friend Kiwi. We have people from all over the world coming here for your spiritual entertainment. I'm going to be here for another hour. And if you're on Discord afterwards in the chat, the voice chat, I will say hello to you as I take a little break. I plan on doing a druid video out here today, and I'll upload it later. If things work out, if I'm not getting destroyed by swamp flies, that is my plan. It's Simdorf, we shall not pass. That's old. This is your first time watching. Ashley, we have lots of Ashleys here, right? They're glad to have you here, our friend. Yeah, people from all over the world. You are here in my sacred grove, the place I come for meditation, the place I come to do that inner work. And so I do this once a week. I come out here, and people really enjoy the atmosphere, right? This is like the most popular, time of the week when I come out here on Sundays. That's when my show really takes off here. I hope you're not a Boeing engineer. Why? The swamp flies are terrible. Mosquitoes, not so much, but the swamp flies are terrible. You love New Zealand, remind you of Wales, but with nicer weather. Yeah, it's been tough, right? ELP has been telling me the weather's been terrible. Yeah, it's unusual to have 100-degree Fahrenheit weather in Wales, right? The heat wave there, and they don't have air conditioning. Like I live in Florida, it's 100 degrees here every day during the summer, but we have air conditioning. Excuse me, I couldn't imagine not having this air conditioning being where you at. The circle of Pythagorean on the swamp flies. Oh, look at that! You're casting. We cast all of these spells against these evil swamp flies that are out here. We love trolls here as long as you're being courteous. Yeah, I don't mind going head to head with the troll. I do it every day. Yeah, as long as you're being courteous, right? Um, some trolls, uh, why be an asshole, right? We can have a great conversation together, right? Everyone will end up moving back into the forest. That would be nice, right? Jesus survived. Oh my. Uh, it's, you see, the best of a troll. Yeah. But how do I get a girlfriend? Well, be kind and courteous to people around you. Develop a reputation of generosity and love and peace. And that right person will find their way to you, right? I treat relationships like quests. You have to prepare for them, right? If you're just seeking a girlfriend because you're lonely, that is, you know, that is very human for you to do so, but you're not really contributing to the other person. You're taking from them. You have to develop your humanity. If you want a really good relationship, you have to develop self-sufficiency. You have to be okay with loving yourself, with walking that path by yourself, right? And then you're really ready to give to that other person. As long as you need, right, you're not really loving that other person. And a lot of relationships are based on that survival instinct. They are based on need, right? Um, at some point, if you look at the statistics of marriages, right, half of them don't make it, right? There was no unity in terms of that bond, in terms of self-giving, usually, right? Because at some point they'll say, I fall out of love. You never were really in love. Love is something that um, is an unconditional reality that you continue. You certainly felt love, right? You felt this chemical experience that you had. Um, but love is a decision to keep giving to that other person. And sometimes we fail to do that. We fail to give to the other person and our relationship doesn't work out. Now, I made a decision. I took a big risk with my wife. I love her unconditionally. She could leave me and I'm still going to love her. Now, I don't think she's going to do that. Obviously, if she does something harmful to me in terms of our relationship, the nature of our communication will be changed. But my love will not. I have chosen to love my wife unconditionally. She doesn't have to return the love to me. She certainly does, but she doesn't have to. That's where you need to be going in terms of your relationship with another person, is the destination is learning to love that other unconditionally. If you get involved in a relationship with that in your mind, and that is your destination, because you're not always there yet in the beginning, right? You got all these hormones and you're about the, but if you have that as your destination, you're going to have a wonderful relationship, right? Um, let's see, what are you doing to stallions? Be proud to be weird, brothers and sisters. Certainly, certainly, yeah. Simba, what is Simba? Don't be so spammy. Yeah, we don't like that shit here. We're not into your spam. This is for your entertainment. If you are a spammer, my moderators will certainly give you a timeout. Jesus had been here for the fourth time. Well, I don't know. I can't keep up with all the Jesus stuff here. They're horrible people that just use you in return. See that Duke Luke, my good friend here, you have to make boundaries for yourself in terms of your preservation. But I have chosen to not have a boundary when it comes to my love. I made a vow, I made a commitment to this person. They don't have to return it to me. Now, if they choose to abuse me, I don't have to be in their presence. I don't have to be in their household anymore. I have to protect myself, right? I'm not saying don't protect yourself, but I have chosen a difficult path of unconditional love. And the love is rewarding of itself. When you learn to love another person unconditionally, even if they don't return that love to you, the reward for you is experiencing that love. That love is God. that love is divinity. That love is something that transforms you. Theosis, divinization. When you love another person that way, that is the greatest act you can do as a human being, even if they don't return that love, right? And that's how I see divinity. There's many people that don't give a shit about God, right? Doesn't matter. God has chosen to love you unconditionally. You don't have to do anything about it. You don't have to be good. You don't have to do worships. You don't have to do prayers. You don't have to believe anything about it. You are still loved unconditionally. So that is the spiritual quest, right? Why not just here, our wonderful friend? Are you here in the chat? Did I just see you? Grow as a troll Simba. Yeah. Some of these trolls, I mean, you're quite infantile in your presentations, right? We love trolls here as long as you make people laugh, right? Spamming is a very childish behavior for the troll community. It's very dishonorable. It shows that you have no material when you have to put your words in caps and copy and paste them over and over again. That doesn't do anything for me in terms of laughter or even insult, right? I can't insult you back, right? When you're putting it in caps, because my moderators will block you, right? That's where you went when she abused the shit out of me and I didn't leave. I love her unconditionally. The marriage is else now, and the reward was drama. I don't like the pain. That is the risk you take for loving someone unconditionally, my friend, right? That is the risk we all take, right? You have done the right thing, right? You have made the right choice, right? Now, some people would find it okay to move on, right? I'm not telling you not to move on. You could certainly continue to love that person from a distance, not intimately, not romantically, but as a human being, and to move on, right? I don't plan on moving on myself. I have made a decision, right? When my wife dies, my love will continue on. I have chosen a certain path for myself, but that doesn't mean that other people have to do that. That's the way I interpret my experience, right? This love that you have is powerful and it's wonderful, and it can certainly manifest with another human being, my friend. Yeah, sorry that Daisy treated you that way. Bod, you need a new staff because you leveled up. Yeah, thank you, my friend David. Yeah, you have all of my friends here changing their last name to Goblin. We've been invaded by goblins here, right? I gotta have a drink here. I'm running low on fuel. My water. Oh, I got to be careful with that. I'm about down to a quarter, but I'm doing good on time. I'm going to be out here for another, 45 minutes. I got here with 50 minutes with you, my friends. Don't forget, I want to get that to 100 today. You see it, the like button, my friends. Quick, let's see, what is it? Quick logic question. Is God okay with punishing people for an eternity that is infinite compared to, all right, the idea of punishment is for Christians, they don't understand punishment. They make God look like an asshole, right? Punishing someone by torturing them is not punishment. Punishment is what a father or mother does to help their child to learn and to grow from their terrible choice that they have made. That is punishment, right? The idea that God creates a torture chamber for you, a finite human being who is prone to err, makes God look like an asshole, right? This should be rejected by people of intelligence, right? I am not a Christian. I don't see God that way. My son, he goes to church. He's a universalist. He doesn't see God that way. I don't believe in salvation. My son still believes in a salvation. But this is a terrible way to look at divinity as a torturer, a punisher, a judge. Now, we all have experiences, right? My experience of divinity is not meeting a judge, but meeting someone who's there to embrace me. Now, I've done some terrible shit in my life that I'm ashamed of. Growing up, I've done terrible, terrible things that I wish I never did. I have this huge luggage that I carry around with me of my shame. I don't let my shame control me. It's my teacher, right? I wouldn't know what I know now without it. So it's a part of me. And even this terrible basket of garbage, I am loved. With this terrible basket, I am loved, right? This burden that I carry with me is not a burden for the one who embraces me. That's how I've experienced God, is an embrace rather than as a judge. Now, in this embrace, I would hope that it would help me to be better, right? That I could reconcile with the people that I've harmed in my life. You know, that I have forgiven everyone who has hurt me. Growing up, I've had people do terrible things to me, and I can look at them now and forgive them, right? I could see that they are a part of me, even though they have done terrible things to me. They probably wouldn't have done these terrible things if they knew what I knew, right? Um, but I'm able to forgive them. And I know that one day I can be forgiven, right? For the terrible things that I've done. That's how I see divinity, as a corrector, a helper, a guide, rather than as a judge and a punisher. This really needs to be retired. The Abrahamic religions keep alive this God who is cruel and demanding, who's not really interested in you as a person, but interested in how well you perform for it. The idea that it will only take you if you follow the rules. This is a terrible explanation of a divinity that causes all kinds of mental illness in the world. Yeah, the most dangerous religion. Yeah. Let's see, where am I at here? A God that allows eternal punishment is either powerless or cruel and pathetic. Exactly. Exactly. Right? That's not how I've experienced divinity. The divinity that I've experienced doesn't even care what I do or believe. Um, doesn't care. It's still going to love me. Now, it's nice when I say how important it is to me, but that is optional. It is unnecessary and unneeded. That is unconditional love. When the other person doesn't have to return it, right? That love is not dependent on your activity. That is how I understand divinity. I don't need a religion to know, understand. All boils down to just being kind in every aspect. You don't need a fucking God for that bit of common sense. Exactly. Right? Exactly. Right? Yeah, hell isn't real. Sin isn't real. It's all bullshit created to control and to manipulate you, ultimately, right? Um, let's see, where am I at here? I need to find out what is to the life. Then I need to stay Christian. Yeah, you could still be Christian and not look at God like a dick, right? That I left my job in the church because my church told the world that God is a judge. That if you, for instance, that he is more of a judge than he is a father. Like in the Catholic Church, if you miss Mass, what will happen? The God will punish you with eternal fire, just for missing Mass. The idea of a mortal and a venial sin. Only evil gods need mortal and venial sins, right? This is a terrible, terrible belief system, right? You are gay, so am I. Let's see. I said I need to find out what is to life. Yes, don't we all, right? I know a higher power of the God, but I don't see the books. Yeah, the books to me have wisdom, but they don't have all of the answers, right? There's good things and bad things in all religious books in the world. Things that can help you and things that can enslave you, right? Can you be gay and Catholic? No, you cannot. You could certainly be gay and practice Catholicism, but you do so with a terrible guilt and shame When I was a clergyman speaking to gay Catholics, right, they hated themselves because God hated them. Now you would say, no, God just hates your sin. But gay people understand it's not a sin, it's who they are, right? It's who they are. And they live with this terrible guilt. Most often, gay Catholics, they become like fundamentalists. They get really into it big time, like Michael Voris. Michael Voris ran this channel called the Militant, the Militant, Church Militant or something. This was a program that went on in the 2000s and up until like 2020. He was a gay man and he hated homosexuality because he hated himself. So that's what he would talk about all the time, right? And people looked to him for wisdom. There's no wisdom there. There's only a man hating himself. And he relapsed, he fell into his homosexuality, and he was forsaken by all of the community that supported him, right? This is a terrible thing. The Catholic Church is God, does not like people of diversity. And that's never going to change. You know, Pope Francis, people are gay people in the church thought Pope Francis was their hero. He's not your hero. He was a double talker. He would say one thing and do another. With gay Catholics, he would say how wonderful you are, and then he would say you are disordered, right? There's no hope in the Catholic Church for diversity. Never will be. So if you are a gay Catholic holding on, you're wasting your time. The church will never accept you. The God of Catholicism is evil. He is evil. Lotto Gameplay, it's good to see you. What are we at here? How horrible poor man did he at least is happy now. Yeah, right? Now there's a Catholic priest who's very popular for Catholics of diversity, Father James Martin. Now he gets away with a lot of shit. I mean, he is. If you are a Catholic, that's the person that you who will accept you, right? That who will bless you. Where is our God Nicholas today? He's meditating in some toilet somewhere, I would imagine. Your gay bar. So what? Yeah. The Texas tickler. Nice to see you again. They must change or get thrown out. Pretty much. Yeah, it's sad, right? It's sad how churches treat people of diversity, but they're doing what they're supposed to be doing because the Bible does not promote a God who accepts all people. He only accepts people who will follow his rules and who are not using their penis in any other way than he has desired, right? It's really sad, right? The God of the Bible is not your friend. He wants you to perform. If he is to accept you, you have to be a performer. And that's the you cannot get away with it. Now, people of diversity, they like reinterpreting the Bible. There's been a lot of modern biblical scholars that go back in the Old Testament and try to say like certain verses weren't meant for gay people. You're making all of that stuff up. The Bible, you cannot reinterpret. The history, the context is there. The Bible is not a good book. There's instructions in how to murder gay people in there. It is not a good book, right? Lake of fire, yeah. Only an evil God would do that shit, right? You cast a spell on you now. My wife is in half. What kind of spells you casting on the bard here? I'm just trying to entertain people out here in the wilderness. And you're out casting spells on me? Oh my. I need 7 more likes. I got 30 more minutes here, my friends. I need 7 more likes for your entertainment leisure. I am here. Hell is only the absence of God's bullshit. That's an ontological impossibility, right? There's nowhere that God is not. If there's no God there, there's nothing. And there's no such thing as nothing, right? The Christians like making shit up. Oh, hell is where God is absent. No, there's nowhere that God is not. You guys make all that shit up. If there's a place where there's no God, there's nothing there, right? The Bible was written by man, not by God, right? You're up early and you have I not slept? I get up early every morning. I get up like at sometimes 3 a.m., usually 3, 4 a.m., and I began working on my YouTube shorts. I didn't do that today. I kind of slept in. I got up at like 5 o'clock because yesterday we had a show last night, right? So I was really tired. And my wife got home late, woke everyone up. So I kind of slept in. I only put one YouTube short, but I'll put some more up later on when I get home. Let's see. I don't need what says old man struggles. I don't know how God knows everything. He is the creator. You can't prove any of that. Everything that you are saying, you cannot prove about God. We can only speculate on the nature. There's certainly a divinity here, at least from my perspective. I mean, I could be delusional, right? I'm open to the fact that I'm crazy, right? That is certainly a possibility, right? Why so early? That's just I'm a morning person. That's just how I don't even need an alarm clock. I wake up, I start working on my YouTube shit. Yeah, yesterday was a long day. We did 10-hour day streaming and work, right? Let's see here. It's the bot. It is me. Um, Elaine Allen Christ is here. Yeah. God is consciousness, and consciousness is all there is. Well, you could certainly say that. I mean, we can all speculate. God is right here. This is God to me, my grove. This is the most intimate place I experience divinity here, in the soil, right? God is in the land for me. You have a question? All right. But what was one of the bad, well, that's gone. I can't read that anymore. Must have been inappropriate. Same guy as before. You know me? Oh, you're the Antichrist now. You have changed your name, my friend. Antichrist reacts. Now you are Alan Christ. All right. Why'd you change your name? Why'd you change your name? Your name usually would draw conversation, right? You don't have to speculate of the existence of culture. Sure you do. Sure you do. Because nothing can be proven, right? Um, yeah. Deepak Chopra, to me, is a fraud. Yeah, I mean, this guy is evil. He's an Epstein Island regular. I mean, this guy going around on YouTube, you are consciousness. I mean, this isn't spirituality. It doesn't do shit for the world. Doesn't do nothing for you, right? This guy is a fraud. These people who are into this consciousness only, what does that do for the world? Not a goddamn thing, right? You know, there's certain consciousness, but it's not separated from the world you live in. It's not separated from the grain of sand. It's not separated from the tree. The dualist, non-dualism, you know, you will find a constant amongst them, sadness, because they have to keep coming back here, right? You have to come back here. This is part of it, right? This isn't separated. This is a living world that you're in, right? Good luck with the trolls. Thank you, my friend. Take care of yourself. No loving God would permit eternal punishment. Yeah, we've already talked about that, right? God, I don't promote a God who's an asshole. That's not the God that I meant. I mean, I'm certainly could, as I said, I could be delusional, but the God that I have met is one that is obsessed with me, that desires me, that is always thinking about me. You know, we have a hard time doing that about the people we love, right? Unless we have just fallen in love, right? We have a hard time doing that. But for God, it is no trouble to be obsessed with you, to always be loving you, always thinking about you. Don't let me eat unless we get 100 likes. Yeah, no, if we have to get to 100 likes today, my friends, right there, you see it. Spiritual entertainment, 7 days a week. I am here for your entertainment leisure. Like, subscribe, join. Become a member of our Discord. You see that join button? We have all kinds of wonderful conversations on there. We play games together. We have a wonderful community of Christians, Muslims, Jews, atheists, pagans, self-proclaimed deities, and people who love feet pics. Yeah. Coin clipping 100%. What does that mean? Why are you wearing a cape? I fight crime out here in the wilderness. You know Smokey the Bear? He is my boyfriend. And I've joined him in his crusade to prevent forest fires. So that's what I'm doing out here. Only you can prevent forest fires. Stop with the forest fires. Forest fire alert! You see, I have to speak, make sure none of the campers or anything out here are doing that. Who created God? And if you have to understand, if the universe has always been here. That is a scientific truth. And the universe, to me, is something we will eventually discover is living, right? There's plenty of evidence to come to a conclusion that we are not the only intelligence here. There's other things that operate by modes of intelligence that have to be greater than ours. There has to be a universe that is living. That's how I see the cosmos that we're in. You know, think about all the plasma lines between galaxies. What the hell is that for? Yeah, I see that as communication, right? The universe to me is a lady, and she is very much alive. Zeus, you need Zeus to charge up your vape. Yeah, Zeus juice, is that what you call it? You love to charge up. You got a lightning bolt on your electronic bong there. It's back here. Where are we at here? Thanks, Gwendolyn. Yeah, Gwendolyn's a wonderful moderator and community member here. We appreciate all the hard work of our moderators and all of the great support of my friends here. Why would I need? Who's lying? Don't. ELP's a wonderful member. There's no need to call him a liar. Your cape looks like a grandpa. Well, I am a grandpa. I got 3 grandchildren. I'm an old ass man. I got a walking stick. I'm trying to fight crime out here in the wilderness. It's not a cape, damn it. It is a cloak. Does Batman have a cloak? No, he has a cape. Raven has a cloak, right? Let's see. I got the Bible. You think he is fancy? Oh my. I'm in my 90s. No, I'm going to be 50 years old next month. Yeah, I'm an old ass man. Spread the word. Yeah. Are you a wizard that cursed my realm? Yeah, your erectile dysfunction. That was me. Yeah, I did that shit. Don't screw with the bot, right? I know how to make your wiener lip. I'm an old ass man. Yeah, I am. There's nothing wrong with being old. You're going to be old too one day, right? You're going to have something's going to change in your body. It happens to all old people, right? Oh man, you're a middle-aged ass lady. Look at that. Yeah, middle-agedness, right? That's the fun part, right? When you go through this, trying to find your way in life, the midlife crisis, right? Then you become old. Good to see our Trinity. Good to see you, our good friend. You've never encountered someone perfect? Well, thank you. We appreciate you appreciating our community members. Gwendolyn is perfect, right? What are you going to do with that stick? Well, not what you do with your sticks. This isn't for pleasure, right? I don't have a splinter ass like you. Let's see. What happens if I grow 4 hooves and a tail? Then you'll have a fun time, I would imagine. Your dog is trying to steal your chicken. Oh, shit. Well, give it a little piece, James. Just break some of that flesh off for your doggy, right? Trusting the Bible, it says that we all fall short. Prove that it's worthy to be trusted. Prove that the Bible is worthy to be trusted. I don't trust books that give instructions on how to murder people. I'm not interested in it. Are you taking a break from Dungeons and Dragons? Never. I'm playing it later on today. We'll be playing Baldur's Gate 3. What am I? I'm a paladin, right? I'm a paladin in the game. Yeah, I never take break. D&D is a big part of my life. Now, this isn't D&D, obviously. This is my spirituality here. You see that guy in India that sits on a stick? Yeah, that's all fake, right? That's a trick that is long and old in India. These guys that it looks like they're levitating. That's all a scam. If you die, should you avoid the light? I don't know what happens when you die, or what you should be avoiding, right? What is spirituality to you? This, right here, that is spirituality to me. Everything to me is living and having a conversation with it. That is the spirituality, right? D&D for life, my friend. That's right. You've seen your neighbor sit on a stick. Oh my! Look at that. Your neighbor's having a good time, I would imagine, right? If you are here, let's see here. Kimberly, I'm an old ass woman, 50 years old. Welcome to the club. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Kimberly. We appreciate you. Old people unite. Old people unite. Yeah. I thank you so much. I appreciate you, Kimberly, very much. Uh, if you are here, think about joining our community. That join button, you get an owl symbol next to your name. You get cool emojis, and you could be a part of our Discord community. And we have fun all the time on there. It's a great place for conversation. Um, look at you. You're turning into a beast, right? Uh, when you get to 50, you start to get younger. Our good friend here, the Celtic chieftain, has arrived. Our friend Brian, Paul, nice to see you. Always nice to see our wonderful musician and friend here, a great friend of the program. Say hello to us on Discord every now and then, our friend. We appreciate you being here and being a part of our program in what we do here. You are 40 in 2 weeks, so I'm young. Yeah, pretty much, right? 40 is like you're now an adult, right? 50 is like the beginning of, you're a young old person, right? Then 60, you're a mature old person. Then 70, you're begun to be old, right? Um, I mean, age really is something that um, is changing, right? Because of all of our ways to heal our bodies and to rejuvenate. Things are changing, right? In terms of a longevity, right, and experience. Now, as an old person, I feel the oldness in terms of my intellect. Um, there's like repetitive patterns that remain with you, but I could tell that I'm not like I was when, I could never go back, and finish my, go for more education. I could never do that. My brain does not work like it did when I was 20 years old, right? There's certain changes that your body, goes through where up here it doesn't work as good as it used to, right? Brian's an old man here, right? Hope you have a great day. Thank you, Joel. We appreciate you being here for our beautiful Grove stream here in the morning. I'm going to be here another 20 minutes. And if you are on Discord afterwards, in the Discord chat, I will have a little chat and say hello with you. Um, I plan on doing a video after I leave here and uploading it later about druidic alchemy, about how when you go into your groves, when you meet nature, there's a transformation, two things coming together, and something is born out of that, something new, something changes in that experience. Where do you get these modern glasses? These are the glasses of minute seeing. They're in the Dungeon Master's Manual. They're used to help you to see things that are otherwise invisible to your normal vision, right? The goggles of minute seeing, a very important item for your wizards, right? What kind of sorcery? Gay Jewish sorcery, my friend. Yeah. I feel in your age, in your hips, Yeah, they are getting replaced later. Oh shit, uh, hip replacement. Wow, that's a big thing to go through, right? Yeah. My right knee is gone. Arthritis. My lower back is gone. You know, these things of old age, right? That we take with us, right? And it's the technology that we have of replacement is wonderful, right? Now, my doctor, he said he wants to sever my nerves in my back with lasers. I'm like, no, thank you. I'd rather just deal and manage the pain with the drugs you give me. I don't want to get a laser beam in my back to sever my nerves. That's scary, right? Having your nerve endings severed by lasers, right? Am I LARPing? No, I do that later on today. This is all stuff to reflect my heritage, my culture, my ancestors. Later on today, I'll be playing Dungeons and Dragons, Baldur's Gate 3. Then I'll be LARPing, where all the trees are. Man, you should know where all the trees are. The moss. You got to go make breakfast. Take care, our good friend Gwendolyn, the high priestess of the mountain, formerly of the orchard. Aes Sedai, good to have you here, friend. Uh, Passive, aggressive, lethal doctors, savagery. Oh my. Uh, you used to lift heavy stuff. I can't lift. I used to work at a distribution center when I was younger for Walmart. I can't do manual labor anymore. My arthritis it will not let me. I got 3 hours mobility when I'm on substances. Other than that, it's like 60 minutes and I'm screwed. I can't do anything up to 60 minutes. You would be unstoppable if your bifocals could shoot fire out of them. That's a good idea. Maybe I'll make that into a weapon in my D&D games, right? You want to go to New Orleans and play with vampires? Are they still there? Lassant, right? Now they have a new TV series about that, right? Interview with the Vampire has a, what is it, on AMC? There's a new series about one of the vampires on there. If you like that Anne Rice vampire stuff, right? I never watched any of the series, but I did watch the interview with the vampire. That was well done. Right? That was a nice vampire movie. Um, Sorry about that. Your hands are 5 feet long, and that your foot across. Sometimes you mistype. Yeah, no problem. Right? No problem at all. Right? The docs told me years ago that you don't have the technology if it's not worth risking an operation while you could still walk, right? Yeah, yeah. There's back surgeries I can get to fuse my spine together with metal plates and shit like that because I don't have any cartilage in my lower back, and that causes lots of problems for walking and stuff, right? What am I looking for? I'm looking for the divine. I'm looking for God in myself and in the world around me. That's what I'm looking for. Uh, the love is there, but I'm trying to grow in that love. I'm trying to grow in that experience, right? And uh, how I know God now is much different than I did, like 30 years ago when I started the spiritual path. When I was 20 years old, that's when I really, started seeking and wanting to know. And it's much different now. The intimacy is greater. I don't think the intimacy ever gets to a plateau. You just keep going deeper and deeper in the experience of the divine. You still haven't found the divine in anything. Yeah, well, let the divine find you, right? Don't look anymore, right? That's one of the things I've learned in my journey. It's better not to look, right? I started looking everywhere. And when I thought I found something, I stopped searching, right? And I've realized that when you don't search, when you just leave the door open, that's when it reveals itself to you. Because when you're looking, right, you get in the way sometimes, right? You create these barriers, these idols. Like when you say, I'm going to only see God as the Bible describes it. You've stopped, right? You've stopped at someone else's opinion about it, right? You don't go further and deeper. I've learned that, like in my meditation, I don't go to an idea about God. I just sit there and let God come to me rather than creating these ideas. I'm like, this is me. This is the best I can do. I open the door and I let the divine come to me rather than going after it. I feel that is the most beneficial, because when you're sometimes searching, like for instance, Alex O'Connor, yeah, he's not really people think he's an atheist. He's not. He's agnostic, and he has always been searching. He's been very faithful in searching, right? He has explored all of these spiritualities, trying to find an answer, right? And he doesn't realize that everything that he is searching for is already here. It is within him, right? He's looking in all these places. He's operating with a certain mindset, a certain way of wanting to perceive. And when we want to perceive it a certain way, we don't go beyond that, right? And sometimes we limit, because really the divinity is a cooperation with what is already here, learning how to cooperate, to participate in the divine energies that are present. Zerg, good to see you. You don't care what people think. That's a good attitude. Right? Fiber opus is useful. It's clear, equal, crushed broccoli. Yeah, there's all kinds of these remedies, right, for people who are suffering, and I've tried them all. um, the only thing that helps me is drugs to ease the pain, right? I've tried everything. Drugs is I've been using narcotics since like 2006, for 20 years. I'm not addicted to them. Some people get addicted to opioids and things like that. Opioids in the morning for me, reefer at night is usually how. You notice when you come in the mornings, it's a little bit different than my evening shows, right? It's because I'm high as hell off of the cannabis, right, in the evening time, right? It reminds you of the Watership Down. That was a sad tale, right? I remember watching Watership Down, like, let's watch this cute bunny show with my children. It wasn't cute, it was sad and terrible, right? Oh, yeah. There's always idiots in the chat, right? We have wonderful moderators that help take care of it. Ryan, good to see you, our good friend. Keep weed close to you in the heart. Yeah, I do. Cannabis, if this time last year, I started using cannabis gummies in October, right? Around October. And since this time last year, I've lost 40 pounds just by using weed, right? Some of you remember my head was 3 times the size, right? All of the weight goes to my head for whatever reason. And everywhere else, not too much, right? Um, I was like 245 pounds. Now I'm about 205 pounds, right? Using cannabis I'm like, well, my doctor's like, how did you lose all this weight? And I said, gummies. The gummies did it. I don't drink anymore in the evenings. I think that, and I was drinking like liquor, make 6 shots of Jack Daniels in the evening to make dinner for my family. I don't do that anymore. It's just use a gummy now. Um, and I read somewhere that gummies, they do something to your testosterone. And I noticed I got more acne as well. It boosts your testosterone. The gummies do. So if you're low T and old, get yourself some gummies. There's a lot of people who have talked about how it's allowed them to lose a lot of weight. Now you think it wouldn't because of the munchies, right? You do get the munchies when you're high off the cannabis. But I lost 40 pounds. I mean, that's a great accomplishment. Now, I was always happy with myself, right? When I was large and in charge, I was very happy with myself. I feel healthier and better, and that's the benefit, right? I love myself. Whatever size I am, I'm loved, um, and that's what's important. And so when I'm speaking about weight loss, I'm not trying to rub it in anyone's face. I'm just saying what worked for me in terms of my health was using Delta 8 and Delta 9 every day. Yeah, there's not a day I don't go by that I don't use weed. Weed makes you eat, right? The gummies, right? They really get to you, right? Yeah. Oh, the shit, there's the flies are here. They're on my phone here. The acne is used white blood cells and bacteria debris in your body cleansing itself. It's good. Yeah. Yeah. One of my, I have to take my son, he has acne, and we took him to a dermatologist, and the dermatologist said that's because of your testosterone, right? You have high testosterone, and he gave him all kinds of facial products, to. Um, but that's what my doctor told me, that acne is sometimes caused by the testosterone in your body, right? You are 5'11" and 157 pounds, and you're on prime fighting weight. Yeah, yeah, I'm 6'4". So I'm at the perfect weight for me. I would like to lose another 10 pounds or so. It's definitely better for my back and my knee, right? Less pain, right? Like I don't now losing 40 pounds. I don't need this as much. I have allergy induced asthma, and so losing 40 pounds has been. I don't need to use my inhaler as much either. Um, it's nice to see someone so honest. Well, thank you. How do you make proctoral exams? Now, you don't have to do that anymore. Cologuard. Cologuard, when my doctor said, it's time to go up your ass, I'm like, I want to use Cologuard. He says, okay. Cologuard, you go and shit in a bucket and you send it in. Cologuard is, you don't have to get rectal exams when you turn 50 years old. Use Cologuard. That's what you can use now. Um, and the prostate exams, blood, they could take your blood now. Doctors do not need to go up your ass anymore. I refuse to do it. My wife's like, you need to get this done. I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not having someone go up my ass. I understand it's for health, but I'm not doing it, right? I might get excited or something while they're doing it, right? So I found out about Cologuard. They recommend at 45 years old that they go up your backside to see if you have any problems up there. Uh, but Cologuard is the way to go if you don't want to get that embarrassing, unnecessary procedure, because they knock you out when you do it, right? Plant more trees, retreat desert. Yeah, that's a beautiful thing what people do. My druid circle, my seed group, we have a thing that we donate to. There's this place that they plant the trees. We send them the money, they plant the trees for us. That's a wonderful thing to be a part of, is these tree planting, um, charities, right? Very important, very necessary, right? Now, there's still people in our world recklessly deforesting the world that we live in, especially in South America, right? The Amazon forests are being destroyed still. And, thankfully in the United States, we have laws for the environment. Like if I chop down a tree, if I'm a logger, right, I have to plant several more, right? I think that is a beautiful way, to. I think we still need to treat, people. We do need wood, but I think there's a more efficient way of appreciating the world around you rather than just taking a machine and, that to me that's like raping and pillaging. Yeah, having a relationship with your land, right, and able to draw from it in a more personal way rather than just going to destroying is a more meaningful way of forestry for people who are chopping down trees, to appreciate what you've been given, like our indigenous people used to do, right? They just didn't go destroying everything in their forests. They had a relationship with their land where they were to be nourished by the experience of the tree rather than just chopping it down with no spirituality, right? People waste wood. Wood lasts a lifetime almost if we look after it right. I think we need to return in terms of, we need firewood. We need to build homes. We need paper, right? But there's a more sufficient way of doing this that we have forgotten. Like we have gotten away from this connection to this land. We don't see it as living, right? And I think we need to return to that. I think that's very important, right? Humans are here. Well, you know, uh, humans do things wrong. Well, so do animals. So does the environment, right? We're all in a state of evolution. We're all learning about, what is the best path for us. Food industry complex props up the meta. Yeah, yeah, you're right, right? The um, the food we are given today. I wrote an article about this on my Substack. My Substack is in my About Me if you want to become a member of my Substack. We talked about this at the beginning of the week, and how people don't have a relationship with their land anymore. And we are given food that is not spiritual, food that, kills us. We are eating shit and dying. And there's an agenda with that. Why you go to a supermarket? The good food is high and expensive. The shitty food is not, right? And so we're forced to take food that is killing us rather than nurturing us, rather than giving us a spiritual experience, right? And then what happens? You have this other thing saying, we have the answer, take our pills, big pharma. You have this uh, reality enslaving us, um, providing false life, turning us into vampires. So much that when we're at the end of our life, we're not dying with dignity. We're dying hooked up to machines and things, right? That's no way to live. You can live and die at the same time. There's an appropriate way of dying that's very spiritual. Natural death is a spiritual experience. We don't like dying. We don't like suffering. But there's a spiritual lesson in learning to die with dignity and natural, not, pumping ourselves with all kinds of chemicals and stuff. And then what's worse is when we die, we pump our bodies with formaldehyde and live in titanium coffins for no damn reason at all, rather than reintegrating ourselves. And this is an environmental disaster, right? Pumping your body with formaldehyde, getting a coffin that's made out of titanium. There's no need for that, right? You're supposed to die and you're supposed to be returning to the earth. You're supposed to be reintegrating with your mother, right? And it's very unnatural, the way that we preserve bodies, and very terrible for the environment, right? Uh, you hope my kids are okay. Why? Are you threatening my family? Why are my kids okay? My kids are wonderful. Why are you saying that? You're going to get kicked out if you say you talk shit about my family. I don't appreciate that, right? Um, Joe, why are you being a weirdo? Yeah, Ja Jenkin, right? Thank you, Ashley. Yeah, thank you, Ashley. I'm going to be here. When I drop down into the 30s, I'm going to call it a day. And if you're on Discord, I will certainly say hello. We're at 49. When we come down to 30, that's when we'll call it a day. All right. Um, and then I'll be on Discord. If you want to say hello, I will say hello to you on the Discord channel. I will certainly do that. And I hope to make a video out here and upload it later about druidic alchemy. That's my intention, anyways. But we'll see how. Yeah, like and subscribe. There's a like button up there. I do this every day. Comedy and spirituality, more spirituality since I'm in my grove, right? The comedy meter's down. Um, but we do all kinds of things. This channel is my creativity, as a bard. Um, this is how I give to the world, how I have conversation. And I appreciate all of your support. I appreciate all of you being here. Join our community. You see that join button down there. For a price of a cup of coffee, you could support what I do. As long as someone is buying me coffee, I will be doing this for the next 25 years. I do this for a living, and I appreciate all of your support. Later on today, we're going to be playing Baldur's Gate 3. and we do it in character. Everything is role played. We have it on easy mode, so we're not concerned about the game itself, but as a medium for entertainment. If you like role play, if you like Dungeons and Dragons, and we do need one more player who likes to role play. If anybody in my community, you're welcome to join us. Just let me know before we start today. 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when we'll be doing this. If you're interested in joining us, throughout the week we do various things. We Thursday and Friday nights we play Dungeons and Dragons. If you want to play, and you're a community member, you're certainly welcome to join us. Every morning I do Voice of the Bard, which is spirituality and comedy together in one place for your entertainment leisure. It's the next day I wore pants before going to Walmart. Good choice. Good choice. Yeah. You never know what will happen at Walmart if you're not wearing pants, right? There's all kinds of dark things that go on in the aisles of your local Walmart, right? Yeah, the Walmarts here in the South, they are crazy, right? Thank you for buying me a coffee, my friend Kimberly. I appreciate you very much. Now, for our new member here, if you go up to the members tab, which should be on my page here, there'll be a tab for members. That has the Discord link for you. And if you have any trouble with that, just send me an email and I'll certainly get you on there. We appreciate your support. All of our good friends here. We do all on our Discord server. There's people from all different religions. We have atheist, pagan, Muslim, Jew, Christian, self-proclaimed deities and gurus as well. So it's a great place. It's a great community. And I've run out of time for today. Now, if you're on Discord in the chat room, I will say hello to you as I'm taking my little break here by the tree. And eventually, I will have a video to share with you later on today about druidic alchemy. That will be the theme. Thank you everyone for your support, for being with me today here in my grove, and I look forward to having back to the comedy tomorrow with you for your entertainment privilege. You all have a great rest of your day. Don't forget, watch us tonight. If you like theater, I change my games into theater. When I'm playing Dungeons and Dragons, the audience is laughing along with us because it's funny, right? I try to create an immersive environment in my gameplay, and that's what you'll find tonight. Everyone will be in character and having a good time. So we'll see you all later, my friends.